Hi, welcome to English 1010 for the spring semester 2010 at Jackson State Community College. My name is Linda Nance and I am your instructor for online English composition. A couple of things that I'd like to do. What we're going to do in today's short lecture is I'll give you a brief introduction of myself and why I'm able to teach your course, and we'll also talk about some housekeeping information that will be important for you. I have over 10 years of teaching experience both in a traditional classroom and online. I've taught everything from introductory composition to advanced composition, business writing, and creative writing, specifically fiction courses and creative nonfiction. I now work full-time as a writer, and I also teach online courses. So a couple of housekeeping things. First of all, this is our textbook. It is The Sundance Writer, a rhetoric reader and handbook, the 4th edition. Please make sure that you get this book immediately because many of your assignments are going to come out of this book. This is actually a really good text that has some invaluable information for you. Okay, to let you know what our schedule is going to be, you will always have your new lectures posted on Sunday. So this lecture is coming out on Sunday, the 16th of January. Sometimes lectures will post on Saturday, but more often than not, they will post on Sundays. So our week will essentially go from Sunday to Saturday. So our first week will go January 16th through January 22nd. In general, your lectures will be posted by noon on Sunday, and like I said, oftentimes a little bit earlier. We have a couple different forums for turning in work. We have a discussion board, and we also have a Dropbox. Generally, discussion board assignments will always be due on a Wednesday by 9 p.m., and minor or major writing assignments will be due by Saturday of the week by 9 p.m. Sometimes those dates will change a little bit, but it will always be clear what assignment is due when and whether it goes to the discussion board or the Dropbox. Now this week we actually have a major writing assignment due on Thursday, January 20th by 9 p.m., and that will be your diagnostic essay. And that's just so I have a little bit of extra time to get that graded. But if you go and you look under our course content for this week, for week 1 of the semester, you'll see what your assignments are. And essentially this week you need to introduce yourself on the discussion board forum. You're not officially part of the class until you do so. You have a diagnostic essay due, and there's a prompt posted for you, but it's ungraded, but it will give me an idea of where your writing is at this point in time. And you'll need to respond to some questions for Chapter 1, and that will be due on Saturday, the 22nd, to the Dropbox. But everything is clearly spelled out for you under this week's course content. Okay, so there's a couple things that are important to address in an online class. First of all, whenever you do post to the discussion board, make sure that you're respectful of each other's opinions. Inappropriate responses or behavior will get you kicked off and possibly kicked out of class. You want to make sure that you have really good time management skills. Online classes, sometimes people think they're easier than a traditional classroom-based course, and that's not always true. You really have to be self-motivated to make sure you get your work done and turned in when it's due. In this class, we'll go week by week, so you won't be able to see weeks further down the semester. We're just going to go week to week. So hopefully you'll be able to keep up with your assignments, see what you need to have done. To go along with time management, it's probably very important to stress right now that late assignments are never accepted. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. If you have an assignment due to the Dropbox by 9 p.m. on a Saturday, make sure you get that posted before 9 p.m. on a Saturday. Dropboxes close very quickly after 9 o'clock, so please make sure you get your work done in a timely fashion, and make sure you set up enough time to get your work done and posted. Along with that goes excuses like, oh, my internet connection went down, or my file won't upload, I don't know why. Those are not actually excuses that would get you out of turning your work in on time. Always make sure you have a backup plan. You can go to the public library if you need to. You can go to Jackson State Community College to the library or the writing center. Maybe there's a coffee shop down the street that you can go to if your internet access at home fails. Additionally, please make sure that you are saving your work in the proper format. If you look at getting started in this course, which is also under content, there's a bunch of different sections, 5 different sections that give you tips on how to be successful in online classes. So make sure you review all of that information. Make sure you watch the video, even if you've taken an online class before. And also pay close attention to the syllabus that really outlines for you what your grade breakdown is going to be and things like that. As far as getting a hold of me, email through our eLearn is the absolute best and really the only way that you can contact me. I can usually get back to you via email within a 24-hour period, although sometimes it takes a little bit longer, but I almost always am able to get back to you within 24 hours. However, it's important to note that I do work full-time as a writer, and so generally during the weekday between 8 and 5, I cannot respond to email. So keep that in mind if you are posing a question for me. But in general, it's usually not a problem for me to get back to you within 24 hours. I helped run a writing center at the University of Northern Illinois University up in Illinois for more than 7 years. I was the associate director, and so I'm a big proponent of the writing center. Writers of all levels, whether you are having some problems with developing ideas or sentences, or even if you're a really strong writer, can benefit from the writing center. Jackson State Community College has a fabulous writing center, and so at some point throughout the semester you are going to be required to go. So I encourage you to go ahead and check out what they have to offer. In our syllabus, you'll find the plagiarism policy. Please read that carefully. Plagiarism is not tolerated. Plagiarism is taking somebody else's words, ideas, thoughts, or concepts and presenting them as your own. So at the course of the semester, we will be talking about how to avoid plagiarism. Okay, so again, welcome to English 1010 Online Composition. I think you're going to find that you'll have a lot of writing to do for this class. There's a pretty heavy workload, but you know, one of the ways you become a better writer is to write often. Email me anytime you have questions or concerns. There's also a couple of forums under our discussion board for general questions, if you have general questions about the course or about eLearn, things like that. All right, so I hope you have a good semester. Don't forget that each Sunday you will have a new lecture posted. The lecture will either be through a YouTube video like this, or it will be a written lecture that will kind of introduce what we're going to be talking about that week. Again, for this week, you need to introduce yourself to your classmates and myself by Wednesday, January 19th at 9 p.m. to the discussion board. You have a diagnostic essay, and you'll find the prompt under course content. The diagnostic essay is due by Thursday, January 20th, 9 p.m. to the Dropbox. And then also on Saturday, January 22nd, by 9 p.m., you will need to post your responses to Chapter 1, and that will be under the discussion board. And again, everything's pretty self-explanatory, so you might want to get in there and explore our online classroom a little bit. All right, well, here's to a great semester, and I'll be talking with you soon. Thank you.